Look, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I was waiting for at least 10 minutes past the time I said we start to get everyone here. I currently have 5 people watching, and only 2 has responded to my question. So I'm going to say again instead of typing. Who do I have here apart from Ben and Carl? Please. Okay. Right. Okay, I know. There's one more person missing. So I know 3 people. There's one more person or 2. So um, I'm going to start in 2 minutes. So please, if you do have any question, can you make it ready so I can go over the questions before we go into today's lessons? And I hope everybody has watched the first, second, and third video before coming in today. Because if you haven't watched it, then today's lesson is going to be an alien to you, because we are building on from what we started from the first video to the second to the third. So if you have not watched the first and second and third one, this is going to be hard for you to understand. So I will ask if we've all watched the videos, or if you haven't, probably you were at the lessons, so it's fine. But if you were not there during the lessons, please let me know if you've watched it. And if you have, and you have any questions, please do ask now before we start today's lessons. Does anyone has a question to ask before I start? Okay, so I presume everybody's on the same page. So okay, lot. So lot is the quantity of or the size you will want to buy for any pair that you want to trade. You want to buy or sell for any trade that you want to take on your broker's platform. So I'll show you what a lot means. So if you can see my screen, if I want to buy now this is the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. So if you are familiar with the pairs that we did go through on the I think the second lessons, you will be familiar with the pairs now. So this is the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. If I want to buy this pair, I will have to specify the quantity that I want to buy or sell. Okay, so the quantity that you want to buy or sell is what we call lot. So here, if I want to buy one lot, I'll select 0.01. If I want to buy two lots, it goes all the way up to the standard is one standard lot. So one standard lot is 100 lots. So one standard lot is 100 mini lots, if you want to call it. Does that make sense, Ben? So it's the unit or the quantity you want to buy for any currency pair. So it's like going to the market and say you're going to buy an iPhone. So when you get to the market and you want to buy an iPhone, the guy will ask you, how many do you want to buy? And then you go, I want to buy 5. Then they will calculate the amount of 5 iPhones for you, and then you pay. Well, similar, if you want to buy this pair, you have to specify how many or the quantity you want to buy. So that's where lot comes in. So you want to buy 1 lot, 2 lots, 3 lots. It all depends on the account size, but for now, just know that lot is the quantity that you buy for every pair. Okay, we'll get into the lots in more details later, because when you want to buy, your account size will depend on how much you can buy. So if you have an account of, let's say, £1,000, there's a certain amount you can buy. And if you have an account of £5,000, there's a certain amount you can buy as well. So we will get into that in more details later. Let's go back to today's lessons. I hope that's all the questions you guys have. So I'm going to carry on. So last week we did go through a lot of information regarding brokers. So I presume you guys know who a broker is. But before I go on, I just remembered I gave you guys a homework. My memory is so sharp, so I remembered. I gave you guys a homework. Quickly tell me. Very important. I gave you guys a homework, so I'm waiting for the answer for the homework that I gave. Next time you're banned from answering any question, because you seems to be answering every question. So next time you're banned from answering any homework. I will not accept your answer next time. Okay? I want other people to answer as well. So next week you are not allowed to answer any question. Yeah, the answer is pipette or pipette. So on the normal circumstance, you have 4 decimal places for every currency pair. That's the normal standard. So if you have a fifth one, it's got a name, and the name is what Ben has just put there. Yeah. Okay. Last week we did go through a lot of information regarding brokers. I hope you guys do remember what we went through. Very, very important, because when we get to going onto the platform or the software that we'll be going to use to do all the rest, when we finish this boring stuff, the brokers will be very important. And today we'll go through a little bit more as well, because it's vital to your success for trading. Just as you are careful in selecting what house, what car, your wife and stuff like that, similar is the same with brokers. If you're going to be successful with the trading, you have to choose the right broker. So we'll go into more details about that one too later today. But I want to first of all go through this. Maybe my spelling is wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Psychology. PSHY. The English people correct me, don't worry. But psychology is very important when you come to trading, simply because 90% of trading is psychological. Yeah, 90% of trading is psychological. Then the 10% encompasses the rest, the analysis and your knowledge of what you can do on the platform. So this 90% is very important for your success. That's why I'm going to dedicate a lot of time on it today, because it's very, 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 very important. Okay. In video 2, I told you guys about the number of people who succeed or who make money doing forex. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I hate to see it. Me, I didn't do English, so sorry. I don't like English. I told you guys about the majority of people who do trading fail. Yeah. Simply because of this psychology. It's very, 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 very important that you keep your psychological being. I don't know how to explain this for you guys to understand, but you have to be psychologically okay anytime you sit in front of the chart or anytime you want to trade. You have to be psychologically okay. If you are not psychologically or mentally okay, don't trade, because you end up doing the wrong thing. Yeah. So the first I'm going to talk about is rules. Rules. Everything about trading is rules. You have to have rules governing what you're doing. When you look at the chart like this, is very, very complicated. It's very complicated. Yeah, very, very complicated, because there's a lot of information on there. And I told you guys, there's a lot of people doing this. There's millions, if I can say billions of people doing this. So don't think you can just jump on it and then start making money just like that. No, it will take you time, but the time that will take you will all depend on your psychological perspective as a human being. If you see this as something that you can do, it will be so for you. If you see that you can just jump on it, make quick money and get out, then it's very wrong. Let me go through the first one before we go through the discipline. Rules. Everything you're going to do on here has to be rule based. Okay, what do I mean by rule based? Rule based means that you open the chart, you say to yourself, I am going to do this, and you do just that. Okay, you open the chart, you say I am going to buy here, you buy there. You open the chart, you see you are wrong, so I have to get out here. You do that. Those are rules. So you can make rules and you can break them, but breaking them will cost you. So the first thing that we need to do is, before we trade, we have to have a plan. That plan is your rules. You're going to call it trading plan. So your trading plan will be your rules that you're going to use to go onto the market. So rules will be like, when it's 9 o'clock in the morning, London time, that is when I'm allowed to buy any currency pair, like I explained in I think video 2 or 3. That is a rule. Make sure you don't break it, because if you break it, then you are going to fall under the category of people who lose money all the time. So if your rules say you cannot buy or sell any pair after 10 o'clock in the evening, you have to make sure you follow that. I know it may sound like it's nothing, but when you get into trading, when you start trading, it will mean a lot. You understand what I mean by don't do those things that I've just said. So the first thing that we will do is we are going to create a trading plan, and that trading plan is what you're going to follow to do your trading. Now that trading plan will be your rules. You make sure you don't break them, because breaking them means um, it's like normal laws of UK or wherever you live. When you break them, you face the consequence. So if you drive and they say the speed limit is 50 and you go over 50, you get a speeding fine. If your trading plan says buy here, make profit here, and it gets to where your profit is and it says no, I want to make more, you've broken the rule, and the consequence is price will turn around and go the other way and you lose. So those are the rules. Very, very important. I'll show you an example. I always have my rules. I always have my rules um, on my screen. I always have my rules on my screen. It's always open, so I can look at them all the time. So my trading plan, this is simple. We're gonna go through and how we're gonna make it. But it may sound simple, but it's not for me, because it's hard to follow it. But if you follow it, that's when you're gonna make money in the market. If you don't, then you're gonna lose it. So basically, this is my rules, and this is what I'll do, and I make sure I do that all the time. If I don't follow this, then I'm not following my rules. Does that make sense? So it's vital that you follow rules. I can't stretch it enough. 90% of what you're going to do will be based on psychology, and this is part of the psychology. Rules for yourself that is going to protect you in the market, because you can jump on the market and then do whatever you want to do. Yeah, you can start buying anywhere, selling anywhere, doing anything you want in the market. But if you are not governed by rules, then you're not going to be successful. You're going to be a statistic of the number of people who start trading and lose money and then quit. So first one, rules. Once you've created your rules, then you have to be disciplined about the rules. So then we make the trading plan, fine. It's not enough. You have to follow it. That's where discipline comes in. You have to discipline yourself, and you have to discipline yourself to follow it, because sometimes conditions on the market may seem like is part of your rules, but then it's not. But because you've mentally decided to do something deliberately, you try to make that condition fit your rule. So for example, let's say my rule says I'm allowed to buy here where my line is. That's what my rule says I have to buy. But because I see price has come here and it's turning around, I'm like, okay, I think this thing is not going to come down here, and since I'm going to buy down here, I might as well as buy it here anyway. So once you buy, you've broken your rule, because your rule says that you have to buy down here. Does that make sense? So then by buying here, that is not part of your rule. And if you buy here and price then turn around and goes down, 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 all the way to here, then it's your fault for losing money, because if you buy here, and it comes down here, the amount you will lose will be different from buying here and getting it wrong here. So if you buy up here and price gets here, you lose, let's say, example, £50. And if you buy here and price gets here, you lose £25. Yeah. So buying here is not part of your rule. So if you get out here, that is your own fault for not following your rules, because then you lose bigger. But if you had stayed with your rules and you bought here and you got here and you're wrong, then you lose just 25. I hope that makes sense. So discipline. Once you've created the rules for yourself, you have to be disciplined to follow the rules, because once you don't follow rules, once you don't discipline yourself to follow rules, then that's a recipe for disaster. You're gonna, we call it, you're gonna crash or you're gonna burn your account. Yeah. And I've done a lot of them. I've done a lot of them. That's why I'm saying it's very important. I've crashed a lot of accounts. I'm not going to lie. Lots of them. Even fake money. So when we're gonna start trading with fake money, not real. We call it demo account. Even demo account, I've crashed it simply because I was not following rules. I was not disciplined. I think, or I thought I knew more than the market. So I did burn a lot. So it's very important. And then the third one, emotions. Now, this is, I think, this is the number one one thing that the new traders, as in those learning forex or anything to do with investment, this is where they kind of make a lot of mistakes. They can't control their emotions. So when they see price going up like this, they get high. Their emotions runs high. Like they are so excited. Oh, the market is going up. Let me go and buy some and make some money. So the emotions of making money, or the emotion of losing out, if it makes sense to you. Losing out means that, oh, the thing is going up. If I don't buy, I'll lose out. I'll not make the money. Yeah. Then you go and buy and then you lose money. So controlling your emotions is very, 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 very important. Don't go into the market with emotions. Okay? Because one thing that you need to understand is, when you, as a new trader or as traders, in video 2, I showed you the categories of traders that we have. The retail traders, which is the last or the bottom of the food chain. We can't, and I stretch it again, we can't move the market in our way. So we can't move price in our way. What do I mean by that? If price is going up, you can't turn it around. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't use the word can't, but this is one of them. I'll use it, as in, you can't. Your money is not big enough to turn the market in your way. Okay, that's what you guys need to understand very, very now, before we even start putting money on anything. you can't move the market. So when you buy or you sell any currency, put it in your mind that you are not controlling it. What we are doing, we call it speculation. So we are joining people that have got enough money to move the market, so that when they move it, we are going with it. So it's like a fly on an elephant's back. Yeah, we are the flies, and the banks and the Warren Buffett and all those big guys, those are the elephants. Those people move the market. Okay, we are just flies. We attach ourselves to them. So it's very important to understand that now, that you can't move the market. Before, I used to think that I know everything, so I'll just buy anywhere, sell anywhere, thinking I knew, but no. So you can't move the market. So you have to make sure that when you buy, you don't attach any emotions to it. Don't think that you know that it's going to go your way. Because if you think that way, then I'm sorry, the market will disappoint you. It will be like, you know, having um, having a having a child and and thinking you know what the child is going to do every second. You can't predict the child. The child will do whatever they want to do. I know this analogy doesn't go with what I just explained, but try and understand that the market will do whatever it wants to do. So you are just a participant. You just watch and you participate. You don't do anything to it. So don't attach emotions to it, because once you do that, you are going to it will be a recipe for disaster. I remember once I placed a trade and it went bad, but I thought I knew that it was going to go. Let's say I bought here and I was so confident. I was like, I know this is going to go up. So I put a lot of money in it, and then only for it to turn around and go the opposite direction. It made me sick. To lose that kind of money, it made me sick. I couldn't even open the platform, let alone to trade again, because I was so emotionally, psychologically destroyed. It will make your brain like you've made a terrible mistake. Try and understand what I'm saying, that emotions and trading doesn't go. Don't treat this trading like your wife or your girlfriend, because they will disappoint you. This one is not your wife, it's not your girlfriend, so don't treat it that way. Treat your girlfriend and your wife separate. Trading is like um it's like it's like a machine. It's got no feelings. Thank you. I got psychological breakdown. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even eat. That's how bad it is. You can't eat. When you lose that kind of money, you can't eat. It is real. Yeah. So please don't, when we start, you understand what I mean when we start, but keep this in your mind. So when we get there, you remember that I talked about it. Okay. So detach emotion out of your trading and you'll be fine. The last thing I want to talk about here is when you are trading, every trade that you're going to place, you don't know the outcome. Yeah, you don't know whether you're going to win or you're going to lose. This is a probability game. When you place a trade, although you do all the analysis, you do all that you can do, you do all your research and everything, but it is a random outcome. It's either a win or it's a loss. So when you place a trade, don't be confident like I used to be that, oh, this must go my way. If you do that, then that's when you are attaching emotions to the trading. So place the trade and then expect an outcome. So the outcome will be like you're tossing a coin. It's either going to be a head or a tail. So the fact that you don't know means or should make you not to worry, not to break down psychologically, not to break sweat. So when you place a trade, just detach yourself from the trade and expect an outcome. So the outcome will be either you win or you lose. Yeah. And in trading, yes, you're gonna lose. The important thing is that your losses are smaller and your wins are bigger. So when you add them together, you end up being net positive. Okay, so when you trade, I made an example on I think on our second video. So let's say you have an account. Let's say you have an account of £1,000. Okay, and I told you guys about risk and reward. So you risk 1% and your reward is 3%. No, sorry, not 3%. You risk 1% of 1,000, which is 10. So when you risk 10, you expect, and this will be part of your trading plan. So you guys can see on here, where is it? On here, I said I will risk 2% of my account. Yeah. So 2% of whatever I have in my account is what I'm going to risk. And then my reward, I've broken it down into 3 rewards. So I take one somewhere, the second one somewhere, and the third one somewhere. So my reward is divided into 3. So let's say I risk 10 and my reward is 3 times my risk, so it's 30. We call this 3-to-1 ratio, win ratio. So if I risk 10, I expect to make 30. Now, I'm doing this to explain what I mean by every trade is random, so don't attach feelings to it. If I take 10 trades, yeah, if I take 10 trades and I lose 7, that's a total of how much? £70. And if I win 3, that's a total of how much? £90. So when I add these two, I'll end up being £20 profit. Does that make sense? So if I put trades and I lose 7 of them, so I put first trade today, I lose Second trade tomorrow, I lose. Third trade, the next day I lose. 7 of them, I lose all 7, and I win just 3. Because my wins are bigger than my losses, when I add all of them together, I'll end up being positive. So our aim is not to be right all the time. Our aim is to stay disciplined to our rules and let the numbers add up as we go by. So our aim will be, instead of thinking or attaching emotions to the trade that I have to be 100% right on all my trades. So instead of saying I want to take 10 trades and I want to be right on all 10 trades and then make £300, yeah, that's where you're attaching emotions to it, because you don't want to lose. And put in your mind right now, with a big, 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 big capital letters, right now, you are going to lose money. If you don't like it, bye bye. This is hard truth, but you have to accept it. You are going to lose money. So if anyone is here and doesn't like losing, sorry, this is not for you. Okay. The secret is, you're gonna lose, but your losses are going to be smaller and your wins are going to be bigger. That's the secret. So when you lose, you make sure, like I explained earlier, if your rule says buy here, and if you are wrong, get out here, yeah, follow that rule, and then make sure you buy here, and if you're wrong, you get out here. Don't make the mistake to go and buy it here, and then if you're wrong, you get out here and lose bigger. That's when your losses becomes bigger than your wins. Then you are doing the opposite. Then you're not going to make money. Then you're going to have psychological breakdown. Yeah. So going back to what I was explaining, when you place the trade, the outcome is random. So you are not 100% sure you are going to win or lose. One is going to happen, whether win or whether lose. So whatever happens, you have to accept it. Does that make sense? Do we understand? Is there any question about what I've just said for the last 40 minutes? If you have any question, please do ask. Do we have any questions so far? Okay, so I presume everybody understands what I've just ran about in the 40 minutes time frame that we've been here. So again, rules, stay disciplined, take emotions out of it. Before we go today, please, everyone should send me their email to the group chat. Send me your emails. I'm going to send something. I think it's questionnaire. I'll send a questionnaire, and I want you guys to answer it and then send it back to me. Once I get the results, then I'll explain why I sent that. Yeah, so I'm going to send a questionnaire. Send me your emails on the WhatsApp group, and then I'll send the questionnaire, and I expect to get the reply before next week. So when we meet next week, I will explain why I sent it. Yeah, please. Okay, so now we've done with, we will go through the psychology again when we are on the platform. So when we get in onto the platform where we do the trading, we're gonna go through this again. Not this one, but the rules and the discipline. We're gonna go through them again because I think it's very important. With the emotions, when we actually trade. So when I tell you, because the first, I'll make sure we go through the demo, which is the fake money. We're all gonna go through it together. Yeah, but when it comes to trading with real money, I wouldn't expect you guys to start anytime soon. I want you guys to trade with the fake money first for at least minimum. The standard is 6 months, but 6 months is very long, and that's where it will test your patience, if you are patient enough to actually learn the skills, because trading is a skill, and this is not something you think you can just learn a month and then start making money. No. I presume we have university graduates in here. It will take you 3 years to get a degree. So if it take you 3 years to get a degree, whatever degree you get is what you actually went for 3 years to study. It's no different from trading. Trading is like a degree. You have to spend years to actually understand it. So this year is my 4th year. Yeah, 2004 November. So this year November will be 4. Am I right? Sorry, I've been corrected by my wife. I said 2004. No, 2014. November 2014. That's when I started, and I'm still learning. I sleep, eat, drink. Excuse me for my language. Shit. The chat. This. What did I do? I'm constantly looking at this thing. It's like mad. If you really want to do it, that's how you have to do. Because whatever you need to know will be on there. If you stare at it enough, everything will be clear to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of going to take you that 4 years to learn, I'm gonna help you guys to cut it down to at least 2. Yeah. So instead of staying up night and doing research and stuff like that, because I've gone through all that process, I know that there are certain things that are not necessary. So I will stop you guys from doing that, and then I'll make you guys concentrate on the important stuff. So when you start, you don't go to certain websites to do research, or you don't follow anyone to do this or do that, because from my experience they are not necessary. The important stuff will be the ones I'll give you guys, and if you follow that, you should be fine. Okay, so yes, it will take you some time, but the time it will take you, it will be worth it when you start seeing the results that I showed you guys. I think looking back, when I started, and now I think all the things that I went through, I think is worth it, because when you start making the money, you you will be in a different kind of frame of mind, that it's worth it that you spend all those years or all those time learning it, because it pays off. And if it does pays off, then you'll be happy that you actually spend time learning it. So patience is very, very important here. Please, if you want to really do it, you have to have patience. Everything will come. Just have patience. Don't be in a rush to make the money. Be in a rush to learn it. And then once you've learned properly, the money will start coming. Don't worry about the money now. Worry about the knowledge now. So learn first. Once you've understood what you're doing, then the money will automatically come. Because when you concentrate on making the money now, you forget about the actual things that you need to learn, because you'll be focusing on, I need to make money, I need to make money. Yes, that's what everybody does. That's the main reason why we all trade, but don't make it your focus now as a beginner. When you've mastered trading, then now you can focus on money management, because when you start making money, you have to make sure you manage it properly, because if you don't manage it, you're gonna give it back to the market. So please, let's learn it first, and then we can start thinking about managing our money. Does that make sense? Again, the possibility of making money is endless on the trading. I explained to you guys, depending on the account size, that will tell you how much you can make. So with £1,000, you can look to make at least 20%, sorry, 10% every month. Yeah, so 10% of £1,000 is 100. So if you have £1,000 and you make £100 on top of that every month, that's you're the best trader, because when you move the numbers up, this goes up as well. So if you have £100,000, every month you make £10,000. That's just as easy as making £100. So the bigger your account, the more money you make. So if you have small money, don't think you're going to make it into millions so soon. That's where most people fail, because when they learn the forex trading, they think they can take £100 and make 1 million in a year. It doesn't work that way. That's why 90% of the people fail, because they come into the trading with the wrong mentality. So this is also part of your rule. to make a certain percentage in a month. Once you've made your percentage for the month, you're done. You move on. If there's a trading opportunity that meets your trading plan, take it. If it doesn't meet your trading plan, don't take it. After you've made your monthly goal, everything that comes on top of that is bonus. So if it meets your trading plan, take the trade. If it doesn't, don't take it. Enough of the psychology. Let's move on to the next slide. All right. Brokers. I want us to go through this for the next 20 minutes. Yeah. I explained to you guys the types of brokers last week when we met. I did explain the types. Hope you guys remember. So we have the market makers. We have the ones that uses the ECN. So when you place your trade, they direct your trade to the liquidity providers. Let me see if I've got a slide. Let's recap on that. Okay. Do we remember this? So the dealing desk or market makers. So the market makers are the ones that when you place your trade, they find the opposite side of your trade within their system. So for example, if you want to buy Euro USD, yeah, let's go Euro USD. Okay, let's use this, the Canadian Swiss franc. If you want to buy this, instead of them sending your trade to the banks who actually provides the liquidity. So I explained liquidity the other time, because the banks are the one that actually create the market. That is where you're supposed to get all your trades from. So when you place a trade, you're supposed to go to a liquidity pool. So the liquidity pool is like the huge banks, the medium banks. Those are the ones that create the market. So your trade is supposed to go there, find the opposite side of your trade, and then bring it back to you. So if I place a buy on this, so if I say I buy this market, when I press buy, it's supposed to go to a bank, which we call the liquidity pool. It's supposed to go there. Someone is supposed to be also selling, because when you buy, someone has to sell to you. Yeah. So when I click on the buy, it has to go to the bank. Someone has to take the other side and sell it to me. That's what we call liquidity. So these market makers, they don't do that. When you place the trade, it doesn't go to the banks. It stays within their system. So example, okay, like this broker, FXCM is a broker. If you place your trade within their system, or within their clients, or within the people that trade with them, we call them clients, they will find the opposite side. So if I'm buying that market that I showed you guys, if I'm buying this within their system, they will find someone that is selling the same pair. So whilst I'm buying this, someone is selling. So then they will meet, or our trade will meet, and then the trade will establish. Okay. So these market makers, that's what they do. They will not send. I'm not saying this broker. No, I'm not saying that. Um, I mean I mean this type of brokers. Yeah, that's what they do. So when you place your trade, they will look in their system and find someone doing the opposite of what you're doing, and then establish a trade. If they don't find someone, they themselves, as a broker, would take the other side of the trade. So, what does that mean? It means when you buy, they will sell to you. If that happens, you know what I mean by that. It means they don't want you to make money. I'm not saying all of them, but it's so hard to trade with brokers that are market makers, because, as I said, everybody wants to make money in this forex business, and brokers are not different. They want to make every penny out of every trader. So when these people take the other side of your trade, all they want is for you to lose your money. So when that happens, it's like you're trading against the. It's like um, it's like a mouse trying to battle a tiger. That's how it is. So it's hard to make money when you trade with market makers, but it will depend on the style of trader you are. So we have different styles of traders. Traders that want to trade within a day, and traders that want to trade within a week, and traders that want to trade within a month. So when they place a trade, the trade has to run for months or weeks or days or a day. It will depend. So these people, they make a lot of money on people that trade for today. So when you place your trade today and want to make the money today, it's hard when it comes to these people, because they are on your watch. They are looking at your trade. And when you place the trade, they see your trade and they take the other side of your trade. So they don't want you to make the money. But on the other hand, if you expect your trade to run for a week, they can't control price for a week, simply because they are huge institutions moving price. So when they can control price on Monday, they can't control price on Tuesday, because another bank will come in and say, I want to buy this, and then price will move. So when we get into style of trading, you understand, we're going to choose a particular style that we will trade, and that should protect us from these people. So if you have a broker that is a market maker, you wouldn't worry, because your style of trading will not make them make money off you. They'll only make money off you if you don't follow your rules, if you're not disciplined. That's only when they will make money off you. Then we have these people. They are the opposite of them. So whatever these people do, they do the opposite. So when you place your trade with these people, or this type of brokers, they will send your trade to the liquidity pool that I was explaining earlier. So as soon as you press buy, your trade will be sent to the banks or the huge institutions, and they will take the other side of your trade. So these brokers, or this type of brokers, they only make money when you trade. So when you place a trade, they either charge you a commission, and the commission will depend on Ben your lots. Yeah, the commission they will charge you will depend on your lots, the size that you trade. So whatever size that you trade, that's where they will charge you commission. So they are providing you a service by sending your trade to the liquidity pool, and then they will either charge you a commission, or they will add something called spread. So spread is the price between what the banks are charging and what they are providing for you. So if you press buy, yeah, if you press buy here, and the banks are charging, or the banks are saying prices 1.209, yeah, if I'm sorry 90, if that's what price is, then these type of brokers, not the first one, these ones, they will add something called markup, the spread. So they will add depending 4 to it. So when you buy, the banks will give it to them as it's like wholesale and retail. They'll go and buy it at 1.2090, and then they'll come and sell it to you for 1.2094. That's where they make their money. Okay, so provided the outcome, if you win, they will make that 4 on top. If you lose, they will make that 4 on top. So these brokers, or this type of brokers, that's how they make their money. They either add what we call markup or spread, or they will charge you a commission. So with the commission based brokers, they will not add anything to this. So if the price is 12090, they will give it to you the same price, but they'll charge you a commission, and that commission will depend on your lot. So if you buy 10 mini lots, or 0.10, if you buy 0.10, probably they'll charge you 20p. Yeah, 20p. If you buy one standard lot, then they'll charge you about £5 for you to trade that lot. So it's always advisable to search for brokers that are no dealing desk. Yeah, and that's what I've done here on today's slide. I actually did a bit of research. So I put research before opening a real account. I've done my research and I've got my brokers. When we finish with the fake money, when you're going to do with real money, I would say do more research, because maybe the ones that I use might not be suitable for ones that you use. So do your research, and there is a link here. I'm gonna drop that here for you guys to read. Go there, read, and then understand what I've just explained. But I put this 4 because that's the ones that I've used most. So when I started, the academy that I went, they recommended FXCM because that's the platform that we use to study. So they recommended FXCM. So after my studies at the academy, that's the people I started using. So they will give you either a real one or a fake one. They can give you a real account, a fake one. So you sign up with a fake one first, trade with the fake money before you go into the real. All of them, they can give you fake and real, but we're gonna start with the fake one first. So I used FXCM, and that's where I did all my stupid mistakes. Sorry for my language. So I lost most of my money with these people. Yeah. And then I did more research. I did more research and I found out about these three. So currently I am trading with this and that. These people I am trading fake money with because I want to learn to use their platform or their software. Once I'm confident, then I will start using real money. But for now, I'm trading fake money with these people. But I'm trading real money with this, that, and these people. I'm trying to get my money back. I'm trying to get all my money back gradually, bit by bit. So I still have them because they've taken my money, and I want to get it back. So read that link that I've just sent you guys, and then get more understanding on brokers, because there's a lot of misconception about brokers. So the guy that actually runs this website, he's a trader as well, and he does give some recommendations. So there's a lot of information on that link. Try your best and read it. Okay. So yeah, what I would recommend is next week we are going to go onto the platform. We are going to go onto the platform. Yeah. So get your computers ready if you don't have one. Yeah. If you don't have a computer, get one ready. I know why I'm stretching on that. We're gonna go onto the platform. We will go. I will go through going to these people, FX Pro. We're gonna go to their website and we're gonna set up a demo or a fake account. Not fake account, it's an account but with fake money. So we're going to open an account, and then we're gonna start using the demo. Yeah. So the demo means it's not real money. The money will be fake, but the trading will be like you're trading really. So when you lose, even though you don't lose real money, you just have to imagine that that's a real money that you've lost. And if you win, you have to imagine that that's real money that you've won. So whatever happens there is what is going to happen on your real account. But this is going to serve as practice for you to get to understand, the whole trading forex thing. Yeah. So please read this, and then next week we're gonna go to FX Pro and use their demo account. So if you don't have a computer, get one ready. So far, if you have any question, please do ask before I start wrapping up. Today was more to do with psychology, because that's very important, and it's not just that. We're gonna go through it again and again and again when we start going on to the platform. because there's so much that goes on onto the when you see the platform and you see price. When you see price screaming up like this, then your emotion starts getting high, simply because when price is going up like that, people are making money. When price is coming down like that, people are making money. So when you get into the trading, it will feel as if you've missed the opportunity of your life. Yeah. So um um let me see if I have one example. Yes, this one. If you guys watch video number, if you guys watch video number 2 or 3, I think I was discussing something with Ben, and I explained to Ben why. Where is that one? No, I explained to Ben why I took a trade up here. If Ben will remember. Yes, you will see a lot of people on Instagram with trading. Don't buy into their bullshit. Yeah. Um, some of them don't make money. All they're trying to do is trying to get people to sign up to their service, and then um, you'll be paying them every month. Okay, you'll be paying them every month. Whether you make money or you don't make money, that's not up to them. They're gonna give you trades, and if you win, it's fine. If you don't win, it's not their business. So I don't buy into that. I prefer that you learn and you know what to do, because when you know what to do, the possibilities are endless. Yeah, listen to me, because I've been there. Don't buy into their because they will never show you a real account. They only show you what they are winning. They'll never show you what they're losing. If you've noticed, no, they are not brokers. They are people that have learned to trade, and whether they are making money or not, that I can't tell. They just show off their trades. So brokers are the ones that actually you trade through them. So you sign up, you go to their website, you sign up. Let's do this. They are individuals. They are individuals that have learned to trade. Let's do this. Let me use the next 10 minutes, and then we finish up for today. Okay, so you guys can see. So if you go to Google and type in FX Pro, it will come up. Now, guys, listen to me. The world of Forex is huge. Is huge. The word capital letters huge, because there's a lot of money to be made in this industry. It's crazy. So because of that, there's a lot of scams. There's a lot of, you know, when are you likely to lose money? when you go to a festival with thousands of people, that's when you're likely to lose something, because there's a lot of people, and you're likely to lose something because when you have thousand people in the same place, it's easy to it's easy for someone to steal something of you. Yeah, does that make sense? That's how this forex is is huge. There's billions and billions of people doing this. So because of that, the chances of you being hooked up to someone who's going to milk your money is just, it's 1,000 out of 1,000. That's why you have to be really careful. That's why I'm giving you guys the 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 right places to go, the right things to do. Yeah, I have been through it all, from losing almost £2,000 within 2 months. It's mad. So trust me, guys. Is just do what I say for now. Until you get confident, then you can do whatever you want. But as you guys are new, listen to me. Yeah. Don't follow no one on Instagram. Don't follow no one on anywhere. Just follow what I'm showing you guys. And once you understand, once your eyes open, you will know the truth for yourself if I was telling you bullshit or not. Yeah. But for now, just focus on one course until success. Focus now on this. Don't look elsewhere, because if you do that, you get distracted. So I'll go to FX Pro, then I'll go to their website, and it says create an account. You go to create an account, and it's 3 minutes for you to create an account. So it's either you put in your details, and then they will tell you what to do. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And this is a broker, Ben. These are brokers. So FX Pro is a broker. Yeah. Then you have FXCM. FXCM. That's another broker. Yeah. And for these people, you go to open account, and it's that simple. But don't do that today. I'm just showing you guys. We're gonna do this next week. I'm showing you the broker stuff I put on there. Then we go to ICM market. That's another type of broker. You go to try open a demo, because that's what we're gonna do. Okay. These people are taking long. Okay, let's open a new tab, and then the last one I did put there was ATX. ATX. Market. EXT. Let me see it again. ETX, yeah. ETX market. Is it ETX? Let me see. Oh yeah, sorry. ETS capital. That's ETX capital. And here you can create an account. Okay. So these are the four. Okay. This one is taking its time. Of course. I see market. Okay, so we have FX Pro, FXCM, IC Market, ETX. Yeah. So then these are brokers. The guys you see on Instagram, they are simply normal people like you and me that have learned to trade, and they are providing services that if you join their service, they're gonna send you trades. So they're gonna tell you something like buy Euro USD at 1.2000, then take your profit at 1.3000, stop loss at 1.2000. That's the kind of people. Or they will show you on a chat. They will send you a chat like this. They're gonna send you something like this in a picture form, and then tell you to buy here, stop loss here, take profit there. But because you have just signed up, you don't understand. So what I'm trying to get you guys is to understand why, like at the moment I have this trade here, why I sold this pair here. Ben, if you remember, there was one trade here, and I told you I was going to take the profit when it gets down there, one there, and then one down here. I did take them. So I took one there and then one there, and it went up again, and I took another trade, and it's come down here, and I've taken some of the profit off. So I'm waiting for it to go to the final destination, then I'll close it. So what I'm trying to get you guys to do is to try and understand why I'm selling here instead of people telling you to sell here. So when they tell you sell here, you understand why you're selling there. You don't sell it there because someone is telling you. You're gonna sell it there because you know why you're selling there. I hope it makes sense. So that's the people on Instagram for you. Then don't follow them. They are not brokers. They are just normal people who have learned to trade. So for the brokers, these are the brokers. The link that I sent to you, the one you shared on the platform, they will suggest these two for you. So go there, read. There's more of information there than the ones I've just shared with you guys. So go there and read. But these are forex brokers. And next week we're gonna create an account with this one. And then once we do that, we're gonna go through the process and download the software that we're going to use, and then finally start start on here. I'm gonna start doing stuff on here. Yeah. So we are almost there. We're almost there. I hope by the end of this month, um, you guys will experience your first. Um, I wouldn't say your first trade, but you experience your first exposure to the actual market, so you guys can actually do or have something like this on your computer screen, and then when I say go to this, you go there. When I say do this, you do that. Yeah. I hope today's lessons was boring but very, very important. And again, before I go, let me leave you guys with this. Please, if you really want to do this, you have to be determined. um, I can't stress this enough. Determination. You have to be determined, because it's not going to be an easy ride. It will be easy because I am guiding you guys, so it's going to be not very easy, but it wouldn't be as you going out there to find out for yourself, because I've already been there, so I'm going to guide you guys. The only issues that you have to guys to do is to be disciplined to follow what I will share with you guys. Okay, that will be the only thing that you guys need, to be disciplined to actually follow what I'm going to share with you guys. But you will need the determination to do it. And if you think you can't do it, don't worry yourself. Okay? Don't worry yourself. If you think you can't do this, don't worry yourself, because there is so many different ways to make money. This is just one of them. Yeah? So many ways to make money. This is just one of them. So if you think you can't handle being in front of the screen for so many hours, or trying to control your emotions, or trying to um to spend hours just watching the screen, then do something else. Don't waste your time, because um, forex trading is not for everyone. I will be honest, because when I started with a lot of people, and they've all stopped, and I'm still going. So Ben, I don't understand your question. There is one, and what are the others of what? Please be. Oh, well, you can rob the bank. There's so many ways of making money. This is one. Two, you can rob the bank, which I wouldn't recommend doing. Three, you can work. You can find a job, work, make money. Um, you can sell you can sell stuff you can sell stuff to make money. You can learn. There are so many things. Come on, we live in England, so not just in England, anywhere. You can be a musician, you can be a football player, you can be anything. I mean, there's so many ways to make money. So don't think that you have to do this by force. I prefer this because I've I have dedicated myself to it. I can do other stuff, but I want to focus on this. So yeah, it's not for everyone. But if you feel that it's for you, then put in the effort because it will pay off for you in the long run. Imagine waking up one day and you don't have to go out anywhere. You just pick up your laptop, look at the chart, look at where price is going, put in trade, close it, come back. You've made 5 grand just one morning. That that's how crazy this is. Yeah, that's how crazy this is. I've not seen anywhere you can make legitimate money like this. Well, not as I'm well, not as I am aware of. That people just wake up. I shared the story um, that one of my instructors, when I first started, he had an account where he had 50,000 US dollars in the account, and he trades it for fun. So any money that comes on top of that money, they take it out and then they go and do shopping or they go on holiday, anything stupid. That's what the account is for. That's what inspired me to actually do this. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I need to do this. That's where I got my inspiration from. The guy actually inspired me with that. Not to talk of his business account, because that is his business account. He trade, makes money, and then he invests the money in real estate. So he makes money trading, and then he will use the money to buy houses. So instead of keeping all the money in his trading account, he used the money he makes to invest in real estate. So he's making money trading and making money in real estate. So it's rewarding, but um, you have to sacrifice. You have to pay the price, which is the hard part. Yeah. So I currently emulate him. I'm not going to lie. I emulate him. I currently have one account that um, I've just started um, 2 months ago. Any money that will come on top of that, me and my me and my wife, that will be our monthly going out money. So if I make money on it, I'll take it out and then we go to cinema or shopping to buy something for ourselves. That's the inspiration. But first you have to learn. Yeah, I hope I've inspired you guys. You can have the knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, organize it and you see the true potential. So I am going to end here for today. Next week, our lessons will be on um, today's Tuesday. Our lessons will be on Wednesday. And once we start getting onto the platform, maybe we will do twice a week, because when you get onto the platform, we have to be on the platform for a bit of time. So when we get onto the platform, we might do twice a week, but it won't be as long as this. So when we get onto the platform, it'll be like an hour. We get on there, jump on straight to the platform, and I'll show you guys what we're going to do, and then I'll leave the whole other 5 days for you guys to go out there and practice. So next week our lessons will be on Wednesday, and after that, once we get onto the platform, we're gonna start doing twice a week. So you get more out of the screen time, so you have to know what you're doing faster. So within now and by now in December, you guys will be well equipped, and you start 2019 with a new goal of being a forex trader and starting making some side money until you get to where you can actually be making a living out of trading. So that's the goal you have to aim for, to get to the point where you actually just trade, and that's it. You wake up morning, trade, and then the rest of the day you just enjoy. That's what I'm aspiring to get to. So you guys should aspire to get there as well. Okay, enough of the talking, and I'll end here, and I will not leave without leaving a homework. So the homework for next week will be go onto the website, the link that I gave you guys. I want you guys to come back next week and tell me which brokers the guy who wrote who had the website, who wrote the website, who created the website. Tell me the brokers he recommends for traders with big account, so traders with big money, so traders that have 100,000, 10,000, the brokers that he recommends. Yeah, so do your reading next week. Come and tell me which brokers he recommends. Okay, right, so I'm gonna leave you guys, and then any question, bring it onto the forest chat room, and then I'll answer it for you guys. So I'm gonna end here, and I will see you guys next week, but I'll be on the platform. So if you have any questions, please do ask. Thank you for your time, and see you.